Today we are going to see one of Amida's last game. Amida's last game. So Amida played e4. Opponent played a weird move. Opponent played b5.
Sir,
To start.
my parents also play that.
So what do we do when somebody plays a move that is not e5 or please sit down, boy, where are you going? So after e4, if somebody doesn't play e5, normally we can just control the center with d4. But what would you do? What is the best move here? Anyone's mind? Yeah, you can take the pawn, right?
So the
It is a
lottery-
free pawn. Bishop can take. Yeah, you develop a piece and take a free pawn. But Amida had different ideas. She brought a queen out.
For the
allowed-
smallest queen, right?
Yeah. Good evening, Arko.
Arko,
Hello, Dushyant.
so when did how many people are coming?
Okay, so after queen, you can have a seat on the sofa. Arko, you can sit on the sofa over there.
Base.
Silence, please. There is no need to talk. Arko, please have a seat on the sofa.
So
And-
12 people came and there are 9 more. 6 more. right?
Don't worry about all that. Dushyant, please have a seat on the
You have
sofa.
extra boards, of course.
There is no need to worry about all that. Dushyant, you can sit here. You can come here.
So the change in time only for today?
Just for today. Today there was only one student with 445 batch.
Sure.
Sir, where should I sit?
How over there?
The class has started?
Yeah, we just started.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, please come here. Please make space. Yes, Dushyant, over
Sir,
here.
I'll
On the
just go up
sofa.
and sit.
Rana, please sit down in one place and without talking, without disturbing anybody. Dushyant, please come this side and please have a seat here. Okay. So we were talking about taking the free pawn, but yeah, Amida brings out a queen, and her opponent after the queen came out reacted with g6. Is that okay or is it bad?
It's okay.
It's okay. He or she is attacking the queen, right? So now where is it? Please don't focus here, please. So where should the queen move? Dushyant, please sit focus here. You can sit over there if you want to see properly. Okay. Yes, Anandini. Yeah, queen taking the pawn is a good option. Any other good options? Let's ask Arko. If you are white, what will you do here?
Take the pawn.
Take any other good option. I am asking. Taking the pawn is always good. You're getting a free pawn. Yes, Path.
Move the queen to g5.
Saving the queen by going away. Yes, Nivan
Queen to e5.
and Varnika.
Queen to e5.
Yeah, queen e5 is also a very good move because let me one second. Let me ask Rayansh. Can you tell me why this move is good, Rayansh? What does the queen
The
do?
move is good because the pawn, nothing is capturing.
But then you can even come back here. Even that is fine. Na? And the move is good for a reason.
So,
Otherwise, it will be just knock. What? Rana, please stay calm. Calmness is missing when you play also. I am talking here, na? So when I ask, then you can answer. Right now, you have to be calm, patience. Let me ask Ranak, why is the move good?
so because the queen is
Okay, the queen is attacking the rook. That's why the move is good, right? Now opponent played bishop h6.
so what should she play?
Yeah, here Amida had a chance to take the rook. You missed it. There was a
But
chance.
she did.
Was it because you played fast? No, you took 20 seconds, but you didn't see this capture. So basically, we have to always, Dushyant, please pay attention here on the board. This is where the game is happening. Na? So you have to focus here. So always look for captures in the position. That's very important.
Capture and no capture.
Yeah, always look for captures. So if you see there are captures, 3 captures, 4 captures here. Out of which one is good, this is great. This is bad because you will lose your queen if you do either of them. So if you look for captures in a position, you will find good moves. So here, Amira didn't look for any capture, she just played pawn d4. Is that a good move or a bad move?
Oh, bad. Okay.
Why is it a bad move? Aranak is saying it's okay, you're saying it's bad. Why is it bad?
I mean,
You
so
mean-
if she didn't notice it before, like let's
No,
just-
see, it's not taking this as a missed win, missed opportunity. This doesn't make it a bad move. Is there a reason why it's a bad move? You can have a seat on the sofa.
Sir,
Okay, yes, Naga. You can have a seat on the sofa. See, a move is not bad because she missed a capture. That doesn't make the. You can sit here.
no, I'm not saying that's why it's bad.
Then why is
but
it?
if she doesn't see the capture on the next move,
No,
then
no, no,
it's
no.
a bad.
We are not talking about next move. We are talking about this move. So try to understand the question properly.
It's okay. It's
No,
not.
no, no. The time has passed. I already asked you a question. You went into different levels for that. It's a simple question. Is the move good or bad? Arko,
It's bad because the black bishop will take
can you
the,
move this side, Arko? Let Myra sit
the
properly.
black bishop will take the white bishop.
Exactly. It's a bad move because there is a capture for black now. But you still have queen takes rook. That's what Han is trying to say, I believe. So this move does not help Amida because the bishop can take this bishop. So let's see what Amida does. Is there a way for black to get this for free? Can her opponent not lose the rook and still get this bishop? Imagine you are Amida's opponent. Amida has played pawn d4. You realize that if I take this bishop, Amida will take my rook. I don't want that. But I want her bishop. But I don't want to lose my rook. So what do I do, Nivan?
So knight to f6.
Then Amida will take my bishop, na? Then I won't get her bishop. I want her bishop. I want her bishop, but I don't want to lose my rook. So how do I save my rook? Yes, Rayansh.
To move the bishop to
G5.
no.
Where?
To G7.
G7. But one second, patience. If this bishop goes here, so you're trying to save your rook. But I'll still take a bishop. Queen takes bishop. Queen will
And
take
then
the
you lose
bishop.
the bishop and the
Yeah, rook will anyway go. Yes, Varnika? For black.
move the f pawn to f6.
Exactly. Amida's opponent should have played f6. Save the rook by attacking the queen. So when the queen moves away, opponent will take her bishop. That was a way for black to win a piece here. But in the game, Amida's opponent played knight out. This knight out. It's a bad move, right? It's going to the corner first of all, and it's not connected to any of the captures. So the opponent is ignoring all the captures in the position. Now Amida takes the bishop. Amida sees the free piece. I mean, it's not exactly free. And after knight takes,
The rook what?
yeah, you're seeing the free rook, but Amida hasn't seen the free rook. She plays a4.
Where?
So these kind of moves we should not avoid.
So if she took the rook, it would have been forced checkmate of
Yeah,
knight
taking this rook would have been mate. This was a one move, two move. Knight can block, but yeah. So it was basically a chance to give checkmate to the opponent. So that's why it's important to look at all the captures in the position. So queen takes rook was game over. Right? But she missed that. She played a4. This I understand. It can happen. People can miss moves. But these kind of moves we have to avoid. Why is this move bad? Not connected to this. Forget about this for a moment. Why is this move bad?
Sir, that pawn because
Pawn capture rook will take back. That's not a problem.
Sir.
Yes, Parth.
because the pawn should be developed.
Pawn should be developed.
Sir, because he's playing the corner pawn which has no use.
Yeah, it's the opening. That's kind of right. It's the opening. We want to develop our pieces. Your focus should not be on pawns. You have to still focus on it's still the opening. Until you bring out your knights and bishops and you do castling, every move you play should be either to win material or to develop your knights and bishops
Sir,
and castle.
He could also that they could Amida could also
Take the pawn with the bishop.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
it will be also still protected.
Yeah, so the problem is we have to focus on pieces. We have to look at our piece making moves. Then you will see bishop takes pawn. You should not focus on pawns too much. A lot of people play pawns. Like even in the opening, you start running with pawns here and there. It won't help. Yes, Sahan.
So once I played with the opponent,
Hmm.
he pushed his e4, then he pushed d3, then he made a pawn chain like this.
Okay.
And I went on to win the game because
Okay.
his pawn structure was so weak.
No, it's not because the pawn structure was weak. It's because he didn't develop any piece. In the opening, we develop pieces, not pawns. If the opponent does not do that, then it's a bad position for him. Anyway, Amida plays a4. Here, opponent takes the pawn. Amida takes back. So
No,
rook
knight
is
has to go.
the rook is woken. Why should the knight go?
No, see. So if it moves there,
Where? What do you mean there?
so the only safe place is knight b.
Safe place for what?
The knight.
Why should the knight move? Is the knight attacked right now?
Well, no.
First, understand if there is a threat. Only then decide where to run. Before even there's a threat, you're running for the hills. There's no need for that, no? The knight is defended by a bishop. So there is no threat of rook takes knight. So there's no need to touch the knight. If you're black, you should play pawn f6 or castle. One of those moves is good for black. But in the game, opponent played knight back. Opponent was like Ahan. As soon as he saw rook attacking the knight ran back. He put the knight back where he was. Knight to b8. And that's a bad move because you can still capture this. Right? But Amida hasn't seen it yet. She plays rook to c4. This rook is having a very early day. Rooks are the last pieces to come out into the game usually. You're supposed to develop your knights, bishops, and then after castling, after queen coming out, then you connect the rooks.
Sir.
Like this. Not like this. This is too early for the rook.
I mostly keep my rooks where they are only.
Then they're of no use, Mr. Park.
Exactly.
What's you might as well put it outside the board, no then?
After
Huh.
usually
Huh.
after in the like
Middle
ending
game.
game, I
Huh.
notice that my rooks are like not
Active.
active or like working like the queen. So
Okay.
I'm like just moving it to the other side.
Okay. So in the middle game, in the middle game itself, you can start using your rook. You don't have to wait till the end game to activate a rook.
So but rooks are important in the end.
Yeah, of course, rook is the second most powerful. It's very important in the middle game and end game. You need to put your rook on open files. Here, Amida has put that rook to use so early. The rook is having a very early morning. It's supposed to sleep till 5 o'clock. But it's only 3 o'clock and the rook is already out there in the field.
Midnight.
Yeah, okay. So, rook.
Or sir,
Yeah.
it might also be 1 o'clock.
Okay.
capture all black things.
Yeah. Now, opponent plays pawn to c5.
Sir.
And the rook says, okay, I'm anyway awake. Let me do some work. Let me take that pawn. Yes, Nivan, what happened?
It's acting like a soldier.
One person at a time, Nivan was speaking.
I only.
One person at a time. Who's speaking? When one person is speaking, let him finish. Yes, Neha.
Sir, I usually only start using my rooks after I castle.
Huh.
I
That is.
castle, my rook comes to my king side rook comes, or the queen side
Okay.
comes to the other side, then I take the other rook.
Yeah. So you just need to put your rook on the open files in the center. That's how usually rooks come in. But okay, this rook is doing some work, good work. She got
So
two
the
pawns.
F rook should come to the E.
Yeah, E,
The
D,
E file
whichever.
and-
That depends on which file is open. If C file is open, then this rook will be belonging here. There will be good
So
place.
let's
If
see.
F file is open, you don't even need to move the F rook.
Sir, if the opponent plays
F6.
no
Then
any 3 pawns in middle of the queen,
Hmm.
king, and after the king,
Huh.
then it's not a checkmate if you.
yeah. So this is always there. This is like a fruit hanging right in front of Amida. Amida just has to pluck that fruit and eat. But Amida is not seeing this nice little
Sir,
fruit over there.
Amida is, but she's not starving. But it's a very good.
Yeah. She is getting chocolates and everything like here there. But there's a nice little fruit over there which she doesn't want to eat.
Sir,
Yes.
chocolate tastes better than she maybe.
No, but healthier. Fruits are healthier, no? Like yeah.
She maybe thinks that it's yucky.
Okay. Anyway, she does this and it's game over. But okay. Opponent plays pawn to e6.
And now it's not a checkmate.
Yeah, it's not about checkmate. You still lose a rook, right? But she plays d5. The moves she plays are good. d5 is good. She's challenging this pin. She's attacking
so
the
all of
pawn.
those are misses.
Yeah. Pawn f5 by the opponent. And this was Amida's last chance to take this. Anyway, she came back to g3. So here we don't need to move the queen itself. Queen is good. Let it stay. Why run with the queen? Many people get scared of with the opponent taking our queen. And
Even
the-
when it's not under attack.
yeah, so there is no need for that. Queen is, if it is in a good place, let it stay there. What is the best move in this position apart from this? Apart from queen takes rook, what's the best option? Yes, and
Sir,
taking the, huh? Oh, how will you take the knight? This?
yes.
You want to play queen takes knight? Are you sure, Anandini?
No, the rook is there.
There's a rook sitting right there. Yeah. Yes, Rana.
The rook takes bishop.
Rook takes bishop. Why queen takes back? Why do you want to play? I'm not asking for losing moves. I'm asking for good moves.
Sir, not rook takes bishop.
You just said rook takes bishop.
Rook to 7c.
Huh, that's an okay move. You're putting a rook on a good square in the 7th rank. Again, the rook has done so much work. See, the best move in the position is the symbol knight f3. Just develop your knight. Apart from this, of course. This is there. I'm talking about. Okay, 1 second. Just knight to f3. Develop your pieces. Why do people still not want to do that? Randak is like, take that. Another is like, take this. There's nothing to take. Just develop your pieces now. Only 2 pieces are out in the game. They shouldn't be out in the game. Queen and rook are supposed to come out later. The main guys are sleeping.
Sir, but
The knights and bishop.
sir, but the queen does
Once again, Parth is speaking, 1%.
But the queen does all the work, so she should be like doing the work right now.
No, in the opening, if you bring out the queen, you will see the queen outside the board in a few moves.
Yeah.
That's where you will see the queen. If you take the queen out in the opening, queen is supposed to come in the middle game after you developed your knights and bishops. Queen will do all the work, but for that you have to first develop your other pieces. So here, let's see what Amina did. She played the queen back.
So the only opening that
And now-
brings the queen out very early is the Scandinavian style.
That's still not considered a very good opening, but okay. Pawn takes back. Yeah, pawn takes back, and here Amina made a big mistake. What did Amina play? How do you know what Amina played? Okay, fine. What is your move?
Sir, I just guessing.
Okay, fine. Can you guess what mistake Amina? Huh?
G4.
Queen g4. No, she didn't give up a queen like that. She gave up a queen by playing queen takes pawn. She thought, let me give a nice little check. There's a fruit over there. Let me take that. It's a check. Opponent has to move, but unfortunately,
But it was a very sad fruit.
yeah, that was not a good fruit to have. That was a bad
So it
fruit.
was a
to eat.
poisonous fruit.
Yeah.
So there's a fruit in Australia which has hooks inside.
Okay,
Hooks.
I see.
Like little girls hooks that pierce your throat and kill you.
Okay, now coming back to the board. Now she plays g4. Opponent takes this pawn. Only piece active is a rook, right? She takes it. Opponent plays bishop to b7, attacking the
Rook.
rook. So
So
she
did the opponent like start cheating right now because
what's eating?
so before the opponent was playing so bad, not noticing that the rook was hanging for like
That is
10
one.
moves.
That's one threat. Have you never missed one move ever? If you don't see it one move, you might not see it for the next 4-5 moves. That doesn't mean that opponent is eating when he develops a bishop. You should not claim something like that without any solid proof. Just because someone developed bishop, he's cheating because he missed a free rook earlier. That's not enough claim for a cheating allegation. You cannot be so direct. So after bishop e7, Amida has to save the rook, but Amida attacks the knight. She's focused on this. She moved the g pawn. And now opponent takes the rook. Amida takes the knight.
And
So I think so. Amita lost her mind.
Huh? What do you mean you never lost your piece before?
I mean,
You never lost-
I mean, she completely thought that she completely went. Her mind went bizarre.
Why? Why do you say that?
Why when someone would
Orko.
pay
You never blundered a queen. Arko has never blundered a queen before.
Sir, he has blundered his queen.
You blundered a queen like a million times and you're telling someone is going bizarre after losing some pieces. You lost pieces left and right. So when you see somebody's game, try to learn from it.
Yes.
Instead of telling she has gone bizarre. So right.
So probably he's gone bizarre calling someone else bizarre.
Yes, see, when you see a game, the aim is to learn from that game. So can you tell me what you learned from the game so far?
So look for captures.
Look for captures, good. Anything
So
else?
don't-
One is enough. One is enough. Yes, Parth.
Make sure that there's see if there's a fruit hanging on a tree.
Okay, that means captures. Look for captures.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
Okay,
what I
fine. One second. Anandini. Develop your pieces. Fine. It's not a competition. If you told the same thing that you wanted, good for you. You also thought the same thing. Na good. So that's it. That's the only two things we learned. Did we learn anything else?
I learned that don't bring your queen and rook early.
Huh. So that's related. Yeah. Develop your pieces. By pieces we mean knights and bishops.
So whenever you see something that's like it's just for capture, but even if it's defended, just don't go like. For example, Anandini just blundered her queen by doing that, right?
Anandini?
I mean Ameda.
Amida?
It's just an example. Sir.
Okay, fine.
So she took the pawn.
Look, that is
randomly, but
no, that happens to everyone. You see a piece, you take it, then you realize it's not safe. That's just a general thing. The main things we learned today are first thing, develop your pieces. When I say pieces, which are the pieces I'm talking about? Don't leave the clock alone, Mr. Rayansh. Which pieces are we supposed to develop, Rayansh, in the beginning?
in the beginning,
Yeah.
our knight, bishop.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Knights, bishop. That's all. We develop a knights and bishop. That's what Amida has to start doing. Only after all these 4 pieces, this is not there. This here, all 4 pieces are developed. Only then you should think about pawn moves and rook moves and queen moves. Then your position will be much different. Leave the teddy bear alone, Mr. Dushyant. Let's focus here, no? So the game is not over yet. Rook takes pawn, and now Amida plays h3, and after g5, still playing pawn moves. Still playing pawn moves, h3, g5. Amida plays h4. That's a free pawn. Opponent just takes it. Right? takes f3, a5.
So now, so
Opponent also plays pawn move. Vamika, please move back now. She plays rook h. She brings out her rook. Oh, sorry, not rook, knight. And here she resigned.
so how knight rook only, right?
Knight, why knight can't go there, is it? Knight moves there, and then opponent played pawn d6, and here Amida realized the position is gone. But you can fight a little bit. I mean, opponent is not playing that great. If you somehow get his queen, then you can pick up his pieces one by one.
Still
So
a
you-
rook down, but
Yeah, even if you can, no, you won't be a rook down. You'll be an exchange down.
So she could have
A
actually
rook for a knight.
killed that before.
Yeah, that
no,
was there. before.
so see, if you get the queen,
If you get the queen for free.
let's see the queen is removed.
Okay,
Two rooks,
Hmm.
a knight and a bishop
Huh.
versus
Huh.
a knight, a bishop,
Hmm.
another knight and a rook. It's still winning.
Still winning, but it's not up a rook. It's up an exchange, not up a rook. Black has a rook. Sorry, it's not even up an. Wait, it's a piece of. How? What are you saying? She will have an extra piece, no? White will have an extra piece if the queen is not there. Oh, so wait, rook is there. So it will be up an exchange. Rook for a bishop. That'll be the situation. Even if
So
the
rook
queen is
for a
gone.
knight, sorry.
Okay, rook for a knight. Fine. So it would still be winning for black, but it will be just slightly winning. So we just need to fight back. So in these positions, when you're playing against people who are 100, 200, 300 rated, you don't have to give up. You can fight. For fighting, you have to bring out your pieces still. Only then you can fight.
So, but
So-
if you're playing against 100, 200, 300, you won't get in this position.
You might. I mean, you have never played bad moves in your life.
So, but let's say you're 7,000.
How can you be 7,000 rated?
I mean
Okay, so-
700,
okay.
700.
If you're 700, you might play bad moves. If you play against 100, you might get a position like this. It doesn't matter how you got here. It doesn't matter. If you have a position like this, you were never lost a queen against a lower-rated opponent.
So, yes,
In chess, people make mistakes. That is a normal thing. People lose queens all the time. You miss one thread, queen is gone. That can happen. So if you're saying it won't happen to you, then you're being overconfident. So you need to learn from somebody's mistakes. That is the attitude you should have. So whenever you have a position like this, what I was saying was, try to fight back. To fight back, your pieces need to come out. Only then you can fight. So the main thing to learn from this game is, you have to start developing your pieces in the opening. And look for captures. Alright, so let's start.